So welcome everyone, and hi Yuri. Can you hear me?
Robert. Yep, I do,
Okay.
and could
Are
also
we on
hear.
stage now? Can everybody see us?
Yes,
That's pretty
yes,
awesome.
yeah,
Okay. So meanwhile, let's start with some introduction. Then we will talk about Party Space. Then we will talk about a little bit of the Guild API and the SDK integration and like possibilities with the Guild SDK. Uh, then we will also talk about the relationship between like Party Space and Guild and like what can we do together. And then eventually we will close the event with a Q&A and just like some closing thoughts. So first of all, Yuri, do you want to introduce yourself?
yeah. Sure, thank you, Robert. So, as we do look as brothers. It's not true. I'm Yuri, CEO and founder of Party.Space, and we started this project to make virtual events uh, less lame. So that's how we began, and we are originally from Ukraine. You get to join the table with my team. You can chat with them there. Yeah, we started in Ukraine. Now we are a fully remote and distributed team, and we are really proud to be partners and friends of Guild, the the best token gating tool on the market. So also, I hope in this room you can also meet my co-founders, Artur and Dmitry. They are game developers. I would even say game development veterans. Uh, they were working in game development for 11 years together. Then we created a team and decided, okay, let's make something with the virtual events with video conference and make it more fun. So glad to be hosting all of you here, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, the first time I met Yuri, he was calling from the war zone actually, or like from Ukraine, and I was in Hungary, and like uh, through some fortunate events now, like both of us are in San Francisco. So actually, after this event, maybe we should hang out. I saw you reached out yesterday. Sorry, I was like very busy, but I think we should set up a dinner and like meet finally in person now that like both of us are operating from here. Uh, so yeah, a little bit about Guild. I think most of you guys know what Guild is, but Guild is like to me, Guild is community infrastructure, and we started out as just like providing token gated access to Discord, but Guild enables now much more like additional like utilities and use cases, including, for example, like token gating this specific metaverse space in the browser as well using the SDK. So we're going to talk about the SDK, but before we get into the SDK, let's talk about Party Space. And Yuri, if your co-founders are here, maybe they can join now and like we can just like jam a little bit on like what's possible with Party Space and like where are you heading now? Like what are the plans and like the vision for Party Space for the next couple of years?
Yeah, sure. Arthur, Dmitry, if you're here, stop by. And I know if you can join us, or I can start. So as Party.Space, we started back in 2019, and pandemics actually forced people to have more online conversations and online events. And we figure out that remote teams deserve something better to have better events. And our first client was actually a huge music startup. The name is under the NDA, and we hosted them a 5,000 events party, which went really well. And that's how we figure out we're going to be Party.Space. Since then, a lot of changed, and most of all, virtual parties are now good thing only for communities. A lot of people are forcing in-person events, and with Party.Space, we're always adapting and following what what the market is looking for. That's why we have different business lines, different product offerings, and I'd be happy to show you that. So first of all, what you could see right now, the venue where you are is the one of Party.Space templates, and we have more templates to use. All of them are extremely optimized 3D models, which you can brand and use for events. So different locations. I know if that would make sense going through them right now, but they are fit for different sort of occasions, different events, and different sizes of events and different topics.
And what type of
probably
events? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and probably the most fun of them is Doji Temple. I don't know if anybody saw that, but that's a metaverse temple dedicated to the Doji meme. And actually, Doji, the meme itself, is how I actually entered crypto market in 2014. Because thanks to Doji meme, I've started. Okay, Robert, you're showing that. Yeah, I started mining Dogecoin, and back in 2014. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of it, but yeah, that was the beginning of my story of understanding why crypto is for good, and that I'm in love with meme and shitcoins, to be honest. So yeah, so while Robert is joining Doge Temple, more about use cases. So first of all, we were chasing events because we figured out that events are like when you have one-on-one conversation online, environment doesn't matter that much. Okay, I think all the attention would be now on Robert in the Doge Temple, in the environment we have created.
It is a pretty cool space. I fell
Yeah.
in love with Party.Space because of the Doji Temple initially, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
We will
please
leave the
send
link
some
for it.
fires. Yeah, please send some fires in the air. Send up some reactions.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, people are actually shooting emojis at speakers, and yeah. So back to events. What we learned from event professionals is that the real magic of events is when you help people to split in smaller groups. You can follow the show, like you can listen to stream, like doing your stuff, but then you're not engaged. And we really want to make people engaged in what's happening. That's why at Party.Space, like here, we allow you to split in groups. And please don't be shy. Just try. You can control the volume of the speakers of the conversation at the table and give it a try. Speak to the person to the right or to the left to you. That's the magic of the internet. You can meet awesome people, you can start building projects, and you can use Guild and Party.Space to make those projects token gated and with good events and metaverse UI. So yeah, that was the core of the technology figure out, that combining this traditional video communication and 3D environment will let people have social experiences instead of just a one token head events. And we were running a lot of parties, community events, team building events, education. We work with University of Berkeley, where we help their communities to host online events. We work with Fortune 500 companies and Web2 giants like Google, Zapier, and
could you share more about like what type of events these companies and organizations are hosting on Party.Space?
Yeah, sure. Mostly,
what are the main categories?
Yeah. So at the beginning of pandemic, we mostly were hosting parties, and last year we saw a huge spike in interest for more business-oriented events. And last year we mostly hosted town hall meetings and all hands. So events where you want your team, your company to reconnect and to get aligned, to be synchronized over your mission, your goals, because having fun online is important, but when you can face the recession really soon, you care more about your people being aligned around one goal. So yeah, business events. And think of Party.Space as of Zoom. I cannot imagine like type of event we cannot host here. So yeah, if somebody is not hearing the sound, please control the volume at the interdock in the bottom. You can control the volume settings, and also please make sure that you have the right audio device selected. So yeah, everything you can host on Zoom, you can host on Party.Space and make it better.
And we had a quiz as well. Like the last time we were on Party.Space, I remember we had a host and like we played a game together. Do you have like other type of games as well in mind in the future? Like what other like creative activities can we do with our communities on Party.Space?
Yeah, sure. So quiz engine is something that's working, and it's a really great way to spend the time with your community, answering questions, especially winning some prizes, the part which I love the most. We also have a few pre-recorded quizzes with professional hosts, like the Jason from Friday 13th, the actor who played Jason in that iconic horror movie. And I can tell you that a team from Google actually used Party.Space for a Halloween quiz night experience, where we helped them with the professional quiz master. And also each table has built-in games, and it's just so when you are at the table, you can start a game, and other members of your table can join the game. We have just a few basic games, but let me show you something really interesting. So just in a second, I'm now loading the secret space. Oh, and also we made a treasure hunt for different communities. It was a great way to onboard people into the environment. So both corporate clients and communities, they love treasure hunts, and it's a simple way to do a good event. So I am now showing you my screen.
Nice.
And this is the sort of experience which is fully dedicated to games. And in this case, those are games on real money. So as a part of Party.Space experiments, we are now launching the metaverse casino with a serious brand in this field. And the idea here is that you have a VIP lobby where you can meet other people, you can talk with them, and what's most important, you can play together in all the classic casino games with live dealers.
Yeah.
And actually for this project, Robert, we discussed with the client that they want to do token gating because obviously VIP casino is good when you know that people, the real VIPs are in VIP room, like the main access is for everybody else. And we really hope to use Guild to token gate VIP rooms and control and help casino to make the best out of its business using metaverse and token gating.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, maybe then let's talk a little bit about like what's possible with Guild and like how the SDK comes into place. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with like how Guild works. We have requirements, roles, and rewards mechanism where we have integrated around like 30 different requirement types and like 20 different EVM compatible chains. And you can combine all those together for any historical data like owning an NFT with a specific attribute even, or like combined with like being part of a Discord server since last year, or follow me on Twitter, or like be followed by someone on Twitter, or other stuff like having a contributor badge from Gitpop or some other projects. And yet you can combine all these together, all these like credentials and requirements together, and then essentially like have roles inside communities. And these communities can be expressed in many multiple ways, can be manifested into like a Discord role, but it can also be minted out as an NFT. It can be claimed as a verifiable credential. You can do very creative stuff with roles inside a guild. And then we have the reward types, and this is where it gets interesting. And this is why also we created the SDK, because once you have all these different structures, all these different tiers in your community, you can provide different type of rewards for different tiers of your community. Let's say like for someone who is just being onboarded, they can see like an onboarding section or like an informative section of the community, and also get access to some resources which help them like navigate the product or like the project or the community itself. And then like once you go deeper and like you've been part of the community for a while, you can get access to like exclusive channels, exclusive opportunities, even maybe like early access to certain features of the product or like the company that's operating the community. And on the reward side, we initially just started out with a very simple thing: private channels. These private channels exist on Discord, exist on Telegram, but then we continued with the documents, essentially all the G Suite products, and then also added GitHub, so like private repositories on GitHub, and now we have POAPs even. So you can claim POAPs based on your community tiers, or like based on the roles in the community, and also like based on the activities that you have regarding certain protocols, certain products. Like if you, for example, like being a user of a DeFi project for a while, and like also attending community events, and also boosting the social following, so like liking a post or like retweeting something, then you are able to, with all these requirements, claim a specific POAP. And this is what Guild does. Guild is an infrastructure project that connects all these different parts together. But then we thought that like, okay, what else can we do? And like with the SDK, with the roles, we can bring those roles everywhere else, on like everywhere online effectively, because the SDK can be used to like use those specific roles in any applications, any mobile apps, any games, including Party.Space as well. So when I first met Yuri, this was probably one of our first, like Yuri and the team built out probably the first integration with the SDK, which I'm very honored that it happened. And like Yuri and team built out this integration for providing like private access or like exclusive access to only people who have specific roles in a guild. So only those people can join this community event as well, as far as I know. I'm not sure. Did we like token gate this event, or like did we gate it with a
Uh,
role?
I guess yes, that was the plan. So we can only have guilders in it.
I'm not sure. I think, other folks from my team set it up. So I only joined from the speaker with the speaker link. So I'm not sure how the onboarding went here, but as effectively it's possible, and you can do it for other community events as well, including that game space as well. So yeah, the SDK in short and sweet enables everything that Guild XYZ has in a no-code tool. The SDK enables all these different things programmatically. So if you are a developer and you want to use the Guild SDK in your own applications, you can do that. And there is also another aspect of the SDK from another perspective. You can also automate certain processes, certain things with the SDK. So, for example, if you are collecting an allow list, you are collecting a list of wallet addresses in your guild, you can automatically update the allow list with the SDK if you write an automatism, or if you write a piece of software that like automates these processes. You can fully be in control with your guild, with the details of the guild through the SDK. And then the SDK has we also like think about like how could we bring this to the next level, because it's totally like it's very cool to have the SDK at the application level, but how could we enable like protocols and like actual like smart contracts to use the SDK? And that's where the Oracle comes in place. And we are super excited to tell you that like the Oracle is getting ready with the new chainlink feature. It's called the chainlink functions, and we are using the chainlink functions to essentially like enable this permissioning infrastructure, dynamic permissioning infrastructure at the protocol level for any smart contract. So one example, if you have an NFT collection and you want to create a derivative NFT out of like from that NFT collection, you can, let's say, set up a requirement of like holding that previous NFT, also like following someone on Twitter, also like paying a small amount, and then based on those requirements, only people who did those can mint out a new derivative NFT. So like participate in the community further and like get their hands on the newest like shiniest new derivative NFTs. So that's one specific use case in mind. But another thing, for example, is like if you have a DeFi protocol and you want to like just gradually launch out features, and you don't want anyone to be able to provide liquidity, but only people who did that in the past. So like only experienced like Uniswap liquidity providers would be able to provide liquidity to your protocol. You can do that with the Guild with the Guild Oracle as well. So there are complex use cases. We're very excited to introduce this soon. And this is actually, or like basically just the SDK wrapped into an Oracle. Okay, so now
Uh,
I'm getting some, yeah,
Robert,
Yuri?
yeah, Robert, I just wanted to add this, like how you described the SDK functionality. So we are really huge fans of that, and it took like no time to integrate it in Party.Space, and it worked. And currently, we also see Guild as the great way to run the closed beta testing, because
Oh yeah.
your beta testers, those are it's your guild. And let me, in the first time, to share that we just started a new guild this morning. Like it took me
Ooh,
no
okay.
time to create a new guild and token gated Telegram channel. So I wanted to announce that like Party.Space is more of a B2B product where we work with businesses and communities, and a lot of people like cannot, like it doesn't make sense for you to use it on your own. But we have recently figured out a new great use case, and believe me or not, it's powered by generative AI. So Robert, if you can allow me to share my screen,
Oh
please.
yeah,
I
sure.
can then.
But
Yeah,
guys,
I can.
join Space Guild. Yeah, they just created a guild. I will stop sharing my screen and let Yuri take over from here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Robert. So, okay, you guys should be following my screen now. So, sometimes on your startup journey, it feels like when you create a statue, you take all the extra rocks and you just leave the most important thing, the most beautiful. And while Party.Space is a very big product that could fit huge events, conferences, different occasions, sometimes the sexiest use case is very simple. And what you could see right now is the first of its kind metaverse meeting room. In this room, you definitely have a table, and actually, it's going to be a lot of fun uploading 3D objects and using them right on the table. But what's most important, you now control the environment. So my amazing team figure out how to make Stable Diffusion work in that way, that we create the skybox, the surrounding environment around your meeting room using Stable Diffusion. And
Wow,
we thank you. And
really,
you
really
can now
cool.
see uh, Robert and other, like all the visitors, we are really into exploring whether this ability to control the environment would help you to guide people on your meeting room to really control how you what you see, what's happening there. And we are now launching a beta test for those who want to experiment with generative AI and metaverse meeting room. And that's why we created our guild. So please join it. We will be releasing a version that you can use for your daily calls, daily activities, and please come up with new use cases, new ideas. Think of what you could do with this. Because like in this meeting room, when you share your screen, they appear floating like in in Cyberpunk. It's really much more fun having events here, and like the most important thing that you really control how it looks. And I think it's gonna be a next step in meeting software evolution. And we're really up to creating the premium meeting experience, because everybody is so fed up with all the Zoom, Google Meet, and other platforms. It doesn't allow you to be special, to have your own environment, to have your own location. So yeah, please join our guild. Stay tuned. All the OGs would be rewarded. I don't know how, but definitely we're gonna do something to reward those who are early testers. And glad to be announcing this for you. Please join the guild.
That's really cool, Yuri. Thank you. Yeah. So if you're interested in like joining the Party.Space OGs, we have the guild in the chat. We have the guild in the comments. So like open up the comments on the bottom right side, I think, and you can find the link there, and then you can join this OG guild for Party.Space. And thank you, Yuri, for announcing this now. This is super exciting. I'm personally a huge fan of Stable Diffusion and Stability AI. So it's very good to see these synergies between different products and projects. All right, so maybe we could get to the questions. If you have any questions now, please shoot them in the chat. Meanwhile, I will read a little bit back to see if anything interesting.
Before we go into questions, Robert, just wanted people to try using one more feature that's
oh yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
It's really fun. So hey everybody, please take a look at the interdoc, the menu at the bottom of your screen, and somewhere, let me try pointing you somewhere over there, you're gonna find the meta photo picture. Like it's an icon of a camera. When you press on it, you can take a photo and you can automatically upload it on Twitter. It's gonna include Party.Space and Guild pages. So please post a picture from this event. We would be really keen on you doing that. And don't be shy. Show off the way you conduct community events, not in the boring Discord, not in the endless Twitter spaces, but on Party.Space. And I will take a picture myself from the stage, because I'm really glad to be having all of you here today. Just 2 clicks, 1 click to take the photo and 1 click on the Twitter logo to upload it on Twitter, and immediately it's posted there. And
I see that some friends already posted on Twitter.
The Twitter button would appear in the top right corner next to the preview. Top right corner next to the preview. You can download and you can tweet it.
And if you want to, like, if you are community managers or like representing some other communities, please also join the OJ group and reach out to Yuri. They are happy to set up like a similar experience for you as well. But for now, the tool is not self-serve as far as I know, right? Yeah, right, Yuri. So like they have to contact you and then like work out the details in collaboration with Party.Space.
So we give the access to the people who want. We do also support those who, yeah, we also support those who won't have support, and mostly people are choosing us to help them. I don't know why. I have the Twitter button. Yeah, sorry, probably the tech is not always. Yeah, it's no ideal. Sorry about it. You can probably rejoin. Yeah, but yeah, maybe. No, it doesn't require your Twitter account immediately. But yeah. Let's. Huh. Yeah, Roman is suggesting that you should refresh. Yeah, and then okay, and I can see some people swearing in Ukraine or doing racial slurs in Ukraine. So please don't get political. We are detecting all the IPs and we are giving them out to security service of Ukraine. I warned you. That was a joke. Okay. So yeah. Let's have the Q&A part and see what people are interested in, and yeah, let's discuss that.
Yeah, I will check out the previous comments. So Hannah said that you still had to have the explorer's role in the R gear to be invited here. That's great. So this event is token gated as well.
Drop. So actually,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Robert, you go.
I go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, cool. So I have something to announce as well. It's not very product related, but there were an exciting new experiment from the Guild team during the last week. As probably some of you seen, we issued an NFT with the Unlock protocol, essentially with Unlock protocol, and Hana did that, and we eventually decided to turn that into a fan token for her. So as we know, like most of you know Hana well, you are going to events of like quizzes and like smaller like warden events, or like Hana is hosting most of the community calls too. So I'm gonna share my screen and show you how to claim the Hana font token, because I tell you guys, this is probably the biggest social, like this is probably going to be the biggest social token ever. We already have like 41,000 members claiming this. I'm not sure how many of that are real people, but hopefully we will get a relative, like a fair percentage. So this is the Hana Fund Club token. I'm gonna share the link in the comments as well. And if you like Hana or like even love her, then we would really appreciate if you would mint this out and make Hana the biggest social token owner in the world.
Yeah. So I wish Hannah had a BitCloud. She maybe could save the platform from going down with all the following. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Hana token has become true. It's here now. You can collect it, and later on we are planning to issue other social tokens for other team members from Guild as well. For now, for the next couple of weeks at least, collect the Hana token, and we will set up like a fan group for Hana as well, and gonna make it part of our guild too. So like you will be able to get a special role in our guild if you own the hand token. Yeah, hand to the.
So
Do your own.
I think we should do a crowdfunding and build a Hanna temple on Party.Space. Gonna be right next to the Doji temple.
Yeah, what an idea. Hanna, do you want to maybe like come up stage and just say a couple of words before we close the event? Yeah, Hanna token will definitely flip Bitcoin. I agree with that.
Yeah, and while Hanna is joining us, I'm also asking people to join the Telegram group. So I see members in the guild, but please proceed further. Join the Telegram chat. I will be sharing all the glorious stickers and gifts I have, and pretty soon we will let you give first test to the metaverse meeting room.
Yeah,
Actually,
especially if you are community managers and interested in providing similar experiences to what we are doing right now, then definitely join the Crypto Space OG group, and then you will be able to reach out to Yuri there and yeah, set up something similar for your own communities. Hand to the
yeah.
moon.
So yeah, actually, as we discussed, all the guilds of more than 100 people from Guild XYZ, you can do a test free of charge community event on Party.Space. We will give you the access. We will let you have fun, run a quiz, play some games. Think of your own HANA token or your own version of that, and we will be glad to support you.
Oh, I got some messages that this is not the minting token for the Hanna Club. I'm not sure which one is, to be honest, but I will try to figure it out. Hanna, do you have actually the token link? You have wrong link. Yeah, to the mint. Please share the mint link. Yeah, here in the chat whenever you got it. And meanwhile, yeah, collect the Hanna token. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions, we are happy to answer those. Oh, the Flocker app. Yeah. So here is the link. You can collect the Hanna fan token there.
Really cool. I'm gonna apply to it. So actually, I saw a question from somebody. It was not a question; it was a comment that really
Okay.
insulted me. It said graphics from 2000s when I showed the casino, and actually, I wanted to explain to you guys. Like, mostly we are so used to having good graphics in games. Ran on Unreal 5 and all the cyberpunk stuff. But don't forget, we are in browser now, and accessible metaverse is currently more important than beautiful metaverse. And as Party.Space, we really push the limits of making it as neat as photorealistic as possible.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see the difference between Party.Space and Decentraland, but it's not correct comparing Party.Space to Unreal 5 games, because definitely, like, while we are in the browser, everything is very limited, and we are having 370 people in one location.
Yeah, I think
Please,
that's the most amazing thing that we like people might overlook that like technologically it's a huge challenge to get almost 400 people on the same screen in a metaverse experience while all of this is running in your browser. So like you can like for me like I'm not sure how it works on your and or like your computers, but for me this works really smooth, and like the smoothness of the application and the fact that we can onboard like hundreds of people to a community call is what really matters in my opinion. So yeah, obviously the graphic will improve over time, but I think the graphic is already at a point where it's enjoyable. So yeah, be kind to and nice to this application like the developers, because like they've been working really hard to make this happen, and I actually like personally really honor their work that they made this event happen. And meanwhile, like,
Thank you.
welcome to the stage. Woo!
I made it. I made it. It was so easy to tell you guys like which link you should click on, how you can get on stage. And when it was time for me to hop on stage, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how it's working. But I'm here. But I'm here.
Thank you, Hannah, for joining us. This is pretty
Yeah.
exciting to make your name associated with the biggest social token in the world. I think this is gonna be a fun mission for the next couple of weeks. We'll check out the competitors, but I'm definitely bullish on Hannah. So, guys, again, if you want to be part of the like making Hannah the owner of the biggest social token, then click on the link and mint it out.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. It's really intimidating. Like it was just an experiment and then it just, blown up. So, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is how you realize like how big the power of your community is actually, and how you are whenever you are experimenting with something, like it has a really big impact on the community. So thanks for everyone for being here and joining us today. It's really fun.
I Ivan is saying, "My God, they are people like we." Yes, sir. We are people like you. And actually, if there would be an opportunity to bring you on stage, that would be really awesome too. But like, I don't know how to do that, or if it's even possible, Yuri.
We give a separate link to speakers.
Oh, so okay,
So
so it's a separate link thing. I don't
yeah.
think we should do that right now. Maybe for a future event, we will like continue exploring party space for community events. I think this is a great alternative to the boring just like chat window in Discord. Uh, I think this is way more like interactive and has the creative ideas that we are looking for community events. So yeah, guys, take a lot of pictures. This is something completely new. You should share and like tell the world about that. Like we are doing these events and we're gonna continue next week. I'm not sure next week how we're gonna continue exactly, but I would love to do like more of these like party space events. Can we
Yeah.
zoom out? What does that mean to zoom out? Do you guys know?
You want to just
Uh,
click out from the event stage or?
oh no. So people are actually trying like you can capture the more
Okay.
uh, in one picture. Yeah, zooming out is not
Oh, okay,
fair.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That's a good feature request, I guess. Come to the back
yeah.
of the room. What's going on in the back of the room, guys?
Yeah. You can get a
Oh,
Oh
better
okay.
yeah,
view.
it's just a better perspective.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
First
So,
thing on your mind, like, oh, what's there in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the minimum like requirements and like the recommended specification for this application, Yuri?
so yeah, you can start it on almost a potato grade computer. We have optimized everything for MacBooks Air from like 2015 or so. Uh, and we also do the auto scaling of graphics. So if you see like there is a button which is right to the mic, which change the graphic settings, and you can switch from low to ultra quality, and ultra quality is actually like a bright in a great picture. So if you're on Mac M1, go for ultra quality. If you're on a potato computer, low quality, and you still gonna enjoy the 60 FPS, as all the gamers should be able to.
Cool. All right, and last but not least, we prepared some awesome pop-ups for this week's event as well. Hannah, do you want to say something about this collection?
Yes, yes. So per usual, we have two different kind of POAPs that you can grab from our guild. And what is really new for now with the POAP distribution is that basically our POAPs are acting like rewards. So whenever you go there to our guild, I will just activate the POAPs and you're gonna see there with the roles. So it's going to be, I think, the first one when you're scrolling. Let me just activate it. So
yeah, let's go. Let's try it out.
So if you just go to our guild, one is activated, and I think the other one is activated also. There is one which is a basic pop, and there's a premium, which is more like a limited edition one. We have 50 of it, so feel free to grab 1, 2, as much as you want. With these pops, you can support us, so we can create more interactive, better events for you in the future. Let me just share you the URL.
And we have some pretty big plans for these community events, to be honest, guys. And like we've been super, like we are very like thankful for all your support so far. We are collecting all these funds into like a community treasury kind of thing, and we are planning to start spending on the future events. So super excited to get you, to have your support. We are very glad to have you all on board with our guild, and looking forward to meet you at the next event too. But yeah, I will give you back the mic, Hannah. Sorry for interrupting.
No worries. I think I just said everything that I had in my mind. We are just checking everything in the back because I activated it, and I'm in contact with EJ in the back. So we are checking. So once this event is still up and running, or once it's all, ended, you can find it in our guild.
Super cool. And I also wanted to thank 76 people who already joined the guild. It's really cool to see, people joining our guild so fast. I'm really happy for that. Okay, second. Okay, yeah. Well, I think we're gonna track who joined when. We will also give all the access and ability to do something on Party.Space. And Robert, Hannah, thank you for using Party.Space for this call.
Yuri, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. So I think we should move to tables and communicate there with people who want.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. And just feel free to just share your opinion, even here in the sidebar in the chat. Like, how did you like it? Would you like to have more events like this? We're so open for your feedback. So thank you so much.
Co-op is in the R guild, so you have to go to the official guild, and that's where you can find the co-ops.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave the stage now and like wrap up the event now, but you can still find us in the audience. Come talk to us, and let's hang out, and see you next week.